everybody. I'm Noelle.
And this is Jenna.
And you're listening to More Than Murder, where we delve into everything eerie with a side of true crime.
More Than Murder is not your typical true crime podcast. Join us on a weekly tour through the haunted, the bloody, the creepy, and the nutty on our Freaky Fridays.
Hello and happy Friday.
Yay, Friday.
Yay. So I'm going to say we're recording this on Thursday. Hopefully Friday is sunny too.
I hope so. It's been rain.
Oh my gosh. I know. What else is the earth to do when she just keeps heating up? I understand, but I
want a warm, sunny day.
I want to swim.
Yeah, for real.
So today's episode is kind of fun. I am combining two of my favorite things and smushing them together. We're talking about ghosts today, of course, because I'm a paranormal lady, apparently. But not just any ghosts. We're talking about celebrity ghost haunts today.
Oh, fun.
Yes. Not celebs who have been haunted, because that's like a whole TV show, which is really fun to watch if you haven't yet.
Oh, yeah.
But it is celebs who have passed on, and their favorite haunts they're known for haunting.
Yeah, okay.
For example, Marilyn Monroe has been seen haunting various places, the Formosa Cafe being one. And the reason why I mention this is because another person we've spoken about in one of your episodes, Jenna, that also haunts this place is none other than Bugsy Siegel.
Oh, the Bugsy.
The Bugsy.
Yeah,
Bugs. He spends his time there amongst Marilyn, James Dean, Frank Sinatra, Humphrey Bogart, Elvis, and Lana Turner.
Ooh.
Yep, quite a great place. Yeah, I want to go there as well. It's the Formosa Cafe. I believe it's in Hollywood.
Oh, definitely. If Bugsy was there.
Yep. So how I'm going to do this is I'll start with a celeb and then move into their ghost story. I could have started with a location, but if I did that, then I'd have to mention all the ghosts that are at these locations, and this is not a haunted location episode, but maybe it will turn into one someday.
Yeah.
Of course, I had to start with this man because it's probably one of the oldest in our history, and it is Abraham Lincoln.
Oh, I like Lincoln.
One of the famous ghost stories, of course, out of the White House. Abe's bedroom in the White House is famous for being haunted by Abe himself. Many people who have worked in the White House have said to have felt his presence, especially when watching programs on his death.
Ooh.
This was the press secretary for Lady Bird Johnson named Liz Carpenter. She said at this moment when she was watching the documentary or whatever, she was filled with a sense of unease and experienced a very cold feeling. Like he was there watching with them.
Oh.
Like he kind of knew what was going to happen.
Cool, though.
Now, I forgot to even put this in here, so I'm just going to tell you it from memory.
Yeah, I do that all the time. Yep.
Abe had predicted his own death twice. He dreamed about it, and he also said that one time, I'll tell you about the dream in a second. One time he was looking in the mirror at himself, and he saw himself, but also then saw another pale version of himself looking back at him.
Oh.
And it was very strange, almost like a forewarning. And then the dream he had was that he was in his room and was filled with just this awful feeling. And then when he walked out of his door, he was in the theater and was hearing screams and cries and saw somebody on a gurney.
Yeah, it was like a deja vu type of
He dreamt, he literally had a foresee. He wasn't like he was awake. He literally went to sleep and dreamt about it.
Yep.
And it was whoa. So, yeah. And then, of course, Mary Todd Lincoln would then get into the spiritualist movement big time.
Yeah.
And she even had the spirit photographers come and photograph her with Abe behind her, and then they would have seances to contact Abe and things like that. I think Mary Todd was into it big time. But yeah, that was just a side note. But it was still related completely.
Oh, 100%.
Isn't that great? So, First Lady Grace Coolidge says she had seen him peering through a window in the Oval Office over the Potomac, where the war once took place. Mm-hmm. And just everybody gets these awful feelings. He's always filled with a sense of dread and unease. And at the time that he was president, a lot of stuff was going on in the country. So,
hell yeah.
He's been seen just strolling the corridors, heard pacing the halls. And if someone says anything to the staff, most of the time they sympathize with them, but are never very surprised. They're like, yeah, that's Abe.
Yeah,
cool.
Yeah, they just know. You know, he's just always there.
Yeah. His presence was this is how I wrote this. His presence was very often. His presence was very strong, often, during Roosevelt's presidency. For me, the best story comes from Prime Minister Winston Churchill. I love this story. So he was at the White House talking with President Roosevelt about the war when he decided to retire to his room to take a nice, hot, relaxing bath.
Okay.
But Winston was staying in old Abe's room, you see. And so when Winston was finished, he lit up his cigar, his famous cigar, and exited the bathroom butt fucking naked. Okay, so he's just chilling now. He's just chilling in his presidential suite, fucking
he's
chilling naked with his cigar. He's living the life.
Jesus Christ.
To his surprise, as he walked out of the bathroom, he saw a transparent man, leaning against the mantel of the fireplace. He immediately recognized him as Abe and even spoke to him.
Oh, shit.
And this is the best part. Churchill, who he even has said this to many people, famously said to Abe, "Mr. President, you seem to have me at a disadvantage." Because he was naked.
Yeah.
I loved it. Then Abe seemed to smile before fading away.
Jesus.
I just love that story so much. I just love it. And in fact, that night, Churchill slept the rest of the night in a room across the hall.
Oh, come on.
He was like, if Abe, he might have just wanted to give Abe his room. Maybe he thought, he's here.
Yeah.
Now that I know he's here, I'm going to let him have his room.
True.
Give him the respect,
but who knows? He was probably shaken.
Yeah, probably. He probably was. But I just love that. Mr. President, you seem to have me at a disadvantage. In fact, it's believed that many of the past presidents haunt the White House still, or have haunted the White House. Thomas Jefferson playing his violin in the yellow Oval Room.
Oh, shit.
Andrew Jackson lying on his bed, releasing a deep guttural laugh. Oh. Can you imagine just hearing that?
Yeah, I'd love
crazy.
it. It'd be amazing.
John Tyler haunting the Blue Room, proposing to his second wife, Julia Gardner. That was kind of like a memory he must just be reliving. Maybe it was one of his favorite ones. And William Henry Harrison, who was the first person to die in the White House, he haunts the attic.
I mean,
Sorry, not first person, but first president.
That's why, even Abe, because he died during presidency, so it's that's the last place that he lived. And
And, I mean, most of even if they didn't die there, their heart and soul went into being, it sucks the soul out of you. You see how they look when they get out of presidency.
Dude, Obama was, young and fresh, and then he's oh, boy.
It takes a toll on you. Yeah, they are just sucked dry. It's presidency is a giant dementor.
Oh, yeah.
But, yeah, so they might just still go back there because that's just where they know to be, I guess, Abe's spirit being the most president. Abe's spirit being the most present. He's even said to be seen all over the city. I'd assume he'd probably gaze over the reflection pool, and he'd probably go
to his own monument, just be like, look at what I did.
Yeah, reading his speech. Willie Lincoln, one of Abraham and Mary's sons, I believe they had 4 and only one of them grew up to be an adult.
Yeah, that happened at the time.
Especially at the time, yeah.
Vaccines, guys.
Yep. Willie has been seen in the house, as well as several other people, workers there, and there was one lady who's I forgot what they said, but she guards the rose garden. So that was pretty interesting. But our next people eater? Purples. is Bonnie and Clyde. Bonnie and Clyde.
I have a weird love for Bonnie and Clyde.
Do too.
I've always just...
No, it's the same thing as... Who was the guy that I was in the other story I talked about? And it was a Bonnie and Clyde where she went to... break him out of prison, all for love, remember?
Oh, and fuck, yes. What was the... I can't
remember right now. But it was it was so Bonnie and Clyde. It was so Bonnie and Clyde. I just love... It's because of this. Because, of course, this ride or literally die couple would haunt together in afterlife. Why wouldn't they?
They loved each other so much.
I know.
They killed people, but they loved each other.
Yes. It's said that massive numbers of orbs can be seen in the place where the famous pair was shot on May 23rd, 1934 in Louisiana.
Oh, we could go there. It's just a road.
Yeah, yes we can. Yes we can. But if you scroll down, you'll see the car. So I'll talk about that. Of course, people like us who like oddities and weird things and haunted things and everything else.
Oh, yep.
They have been tracking down the duo's belongings for years, of course.
Oh, God, yeah.
Their bullet-ridden Ford V8 car can be seen where they were killed. They were killed in their vehicle. I could have put up the picture of them dead in the car, but I didn't.
I've seen it.
Yeah.
I've already seen it. We're good, yep.
I just thought the car was pretty cool, so...
I mean, yeah, they fucking were sprayed. Just
yeah.
drove right into bullets, man. It was nuts.
But that is actually on display at Whiskey Pete's Resort and Casino in Nevada.
Okay, all right.
So I wonder if it's in, like, Las Vegas.
Probably near there.
Yeah,
because
it seems like an attraction.
Nevada is, but...
Yeah. And orbs have been captured on camera there as well at the car site.
Oh, I believe it, man. That's a violent death.
Yeah. Apparently, Bonnie has also been seen haunting the Barker Hotel lobby in Texas, so most figure that Clyde isn't too far away.
Yeah.
I had a different thought, though. I was like, immediately as I read that, I was like, oh, Bonnie is getting them a place for the night while Clyde's out.
Oh, yeah, right?
Kind of like figuring out their plan, and then he's going to come back and get her, and they're going to like go out and do a heist or something.
Yeah.
Like, yes. So, my next famous person that I'm going to be talking about is Jean Harlow. Jean was a Hollywood sex symbol in the 1930s.
Yep.
She came on the scene at 18 years old as one of the, quote, blonde bombshell actresses, kind of like Marilyn Monroe.
Of course.
A lot of them during the 30s and 40s were like that. Rumors state that she suffered abuse from her husband, but she died of kidney failure at the age of 26.
Damn.
Many, many, many rumors speculate so many different things. One, that she had kidney problems that went undiagnosed, that she had scarlet fever in her teens and it kind of wreaked havoc on her body and then gave her bad blood pressure in her kidneys or something.
I mean...
That her devout Christian mother, I guess when she was on the set of a movie, she's claimed that she was feeling awful, and instead of taking her to the hospital, her devout Christian mom took her home and instead treated her there, probably with lots of prayer.
Fuck you.
Yep.
Take her to a medical professional, you asshole.
Yep. Or it's my speculation that maybe this woman was beaten by her husband. I feel like if you were kicked or punched enough in the kidneys, it could cause kidney failure.
And those areas are mostly covered. So
yeah, that's the place where people aren't going to see
domestic abuse. Exactly.
Right, and that's honestly the first thing that popped into my head after reading that she had been beaten before and that she had kidney failure at 26.
And who knows, her mom might have known more.
Right, yeah.
So the story was just like, oh, I just took her home, it was an accident, but she might have done that on purpose so that one other party didn't get in trouble. Who knows?
Well, her husband happened to be an MGM executive.
Well, I was going to say she's got to be with someone in the business. They're always with someone in the business.
High up. This was like her third or fourth husband, I think. And she was very young, so she was severely abused, I feel like, in many different ways.
Yeah.
Just kind of passed around.
Still sucks nowadays, but it was it was a different kind of suck in like the 20s, 40s.
Mm-hmm. I mean, look at freaking poor Judy Garland. I mean, she would smoke cigarettes and drink and eat pills all day just to stay skinny and not eat anything else.
Nope, because you can't. You can't gain weight.
No.
You can't do anything. Your career is over. Fuck you.
So, her Beverly Crest home is what is said to be haunted by Jean. Jean's abusive husband, like I said, who happened to be an MGM exec. His name was Paul Byrne. He ended up ending his life with a gun in their own bedroom. And I did not confirm. I want to look this up really quick. If you want to do a quick side goog, look up her death, the year she died, and what year he died. Because if he died after she did, I think that solidifies my theory that he was the one to have caused it. So, like Paul Byrne, Bern.
So Harlow died 1937.
Yep, 1937.
And then Paul Byrne.
Yeah.
Hold on, he's the first search, guys.
Mm-hmm. Especially after you look up Gene Harlow.
Huh?
He can't still be alive.
No, it's just not.
Just put MGM Paul Byrne or something.
No, I know, but it's not making sense.
Why?
He apparently died before her.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well.
He died in 32. She died in 37.
Okay, so he died not shortly after they were married, because I think they got married in like the 30s.
Okay.
Okay, so that...
So
my speculation was probably incorrect then.
Hey.
I mean, it could have obviously not helped.
No,
if she already had kidney problems and was getting kicked in the back.
They also said her kidney problems could have been there for a while, so who knows how long, you know, he still could have caused it.
Yeah, that's true.
And then Mom might have just taken a bigger role.
Mm-hmm. So he did take his life with a gun in their own bedroom. Her house went up for sale after she died, and in the 70s, a family who lived there reported like really concerning things that would probably prompt me to move, even being somebody who loves the paranormal.
Yeah.
Just knowing like what happened to Gene in the house.
Yeah.
Like it's one thing if he died in the house. Yeah, I know it sounds awful. It's one thing if he died in the house, but knowing that such significant abuse took place there is also just horrific energy.
Yeah,
like,
and who really knows the background of her death?
Right, exactly. And so this energy just wouldn't work for me. The family reported smelling perfume, hearing heartbreaking sobs, as well as hearing a woman whisper, "Please help me."
Oh no.
Like that's awful, and I couldn't stay there. No. I would just be feeling immense sadness all the time.
All the time. Yeah.
And probably fear, because she's probably fearful of her own life living.
If she's saying help me, then yeah. I mean.
So, we're going to move along to another actress from, a time period back then. And that is Miss Lucille Ball.
My favorite.
So, it's said that Lucille and her friends of times past haunt the attic of the home in which she used to live. In fact, it was like a Marie Claire slideshow I was using for some of this.
Okay.
And one of the things they said was like, they quoted Kesha's song, like, "We're not, party don't stop till blah, blah, blah," or whatever.
Till we walk in.
Yeah, and and it said something about, like, and apparently that's how Lucille is in the afterlife, because the owners of the home have reported hearing loud voices in the attic. Like, she's partying it up with her.
She's just been a loud, she's just a loud personality.
Yeah. And furniture that has been moved around, along with broken windows. So they're just having a raucous time. Yeah. Apparently, when she isn't there, she can be found on the set of her old show at the Hart Building in Paramount Studios.
I mean, that was her life for
lots
of years.
Yep. The next person we have is Al Capone.
Yeah, the Al Capone.
Another gangster we've spoken about before in another one of Jenna's episodes. And bonus points to any listeners who can remember what it was. Just kidding, you can't answer right now. But I'm going to tell you anyway.
They're in their car, though, going like, "I know this!" And they're answering it.
Message us if you did know. Yeah. Like, I knew it before you even said it. I gave you plenty of time. You probably thought I, cut out and the episode was done. But I just wanted to trick you. So, Al Capone's quirk for me is that he used to play the banjo, which we learned about in the Alcatraz episode. Ding, ding, ding.
Yep.
So,
and he was in the Valentine's Day episode.
Yes, he was.
Well, we've covered him, and I mean,
twice.
I can see on the document what this next place is going to be, and I mean, this will be a full episode. So,
what place? My next place?
Here? Yeah.
So, let me see. Hold on a second, guys. Okay, anyways, as we learned before, if you visit Alcatraz or Al Capone's cell or anywhere near it, you may be privileged enough to hear him playing a song for you on his trusty old banjo.
Yep.
Our next person...
Oh, okay.
Is Amy Winehouse.
I was confused.
Did I put him in the wrong order?
No, it's just the prison cell is at Eastern State Penitentiary that you have the picture of.
Yeah. But
and
it's
that,
Alcatraz,
yeah.
Yeah, I know. The picture, yeah.
Well, I don't think you can find a picture because his cell at Eastern State is like set up.
Yeah.
I don't think it's like that at Alcatraz.
No,
so
it's not. It's
you
just
wouldn't
like
be
a
able to just
cell.
find a picture. But yes, yeah.
So Amy Winehouse is our next person.
Mm.
Yeah, such
Rest
a
in
sad story
peace.
for her, man.
Mm-hmm.
The story does come from another musician, and that's the English musician Pete Doherty.
Okay.
He and Amy had a secret affair in 2011. Yeah.
How did I not know that? Wow. Okay.
I don't know. I didn't know that either. And actually, Pete Doherty is married to some girl right now who looks extremely young, and he is old and disgusting.
Well, yeah.
It's
That's
just
like
gross.
The Who, isn't it?
I think so. Yeah.
He's super old.
Yeah, he is. If you see these pictures, Jenna, you look at this guy and you're like,
they all
come
do
on.
it. They all do it. Did you see Nicolas Cage's new wife?
Yeah, and it's like these guys. I can understand if these old actors kept themselves looking nice and everything. This dude's hair is disheveled. His beer belly is literally out to here. They're wearing like shanty ass clothes. I'm like, what are these young girls? It's all the money.
It's the money.
It's the money and the
Leonardo
fame.
DiCaprio won't date over like 24.
I mean, it's Leonardo DiCaprio, so I can understand girls there. He's still handsome, but like...
He is, but he could do more to be even more...
Yeah,
I know. Because I love me some Leo.
Yeah.
I've always loved me some Leo.
Oh my God, so...
I've
always loved John Travolta, of course. Who hasn't?
Oh, of course.
And I follow him on TikTok, and John has like shaved his head bald, which I love.
Is
and
he
he's looking so good. Oh. He doesn't honestly pop up a lot. We have a choo-choo.
Our choo-choo's back.
Choo-choo.
Wow, you got a chugga-chugga going on.
He does TikTok dances with his daughter sometimes, which is what made me go to his TikTok and stuff. But yeah, he's still so handsome. Shout out to you, John Travolta, if you listen to More Than Murder. Make sure you say something about it.
And Leo,
Leo.
Listen.
Sorry, Pete Doherty, if you listen.
Yeah, sorry, dude. I do love the music. I grew up on that. But my grandma would not let my dad and like his siblings listen to that because it was sacrilegious.
Oh, of course. Yeah, same thing with Led Zeppelin and all of them at the time.
Yeah, because the deaf, dumb, and blind kid.
Yep. So, anyways, back to Pete Doherty and Amy Winehouse.
Okay.
He said that during a period of sobriety, he actually ran away to Paris, London. London. No, I can't even switch from like Paris to like English that quick. It just doesn't work.
No, you can't.
Paris, London.
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 London. London.
Like Essex.
He ran away to Paris from London, claiming Amy's ghost had showed up at his flat in London 3 or 4 times.
Oh, wow.
And people sometimes say that she was kind of warning him, like, hey, you're sober now. Stay this way because you know what can happen. Like, look at me. You know, unfortunately. I hate to say it that way. But that might be what her ghost was saying. I mean.
Could be.
So our next person, this is our second to last. We have, of course.
She's literally my favorite person. I watched her show. I did everything.
Anna Nicole Smith.
I loved her so much.
Oh my God.
I watched her show and I
like Anna Nicole
loved
Smith.
her.
Sorry,
I loved her so much.
Anna Nicole Smith is our next person. She did die from a drug overdose in the Seminole Hard Rock Casino, I believe in Florida. Since then, the hotel owners have renovated the room she passed in because they noticed guests were just purposely constantly wanting to rent the room.
Huh.
And like...
They knew she...
Yeah. And so they would have people be like, oh, I assume maybe people were like, oh, well, then I'm not going to stay there maybe. Or who knows? They were just getting... Because the room was already booked. So they were like, instead they just go, I don't know. So they decided to renovate. Anna has been seen walking the hallways and also in the hotel lobby. And some people think she's looking for her room. That's why she's hanging out in the lobby, but is lost because it's been completely remodeled and renovated.
Oh.
So she can sense that this is where she was, but doesn't know exactly where.
Oh, shit.
So I thought that was like really interesting.
That is really interesting.
Another celeb you may see wandering the halls and lobby of a hotel is our last one, who I just wanted to end this with. She's one of my favorites of all time, and that would be Miss Janis Joplin.
Mm-hmm.
As most fans of classic rock know, Janis died of a heroin overdose at what used to be the Landmark Hotel, now known as the Highland Gardens in LA, and she died in room 105.
They always die in hotel rooms.
Mm-hmm.
They're always fucking dying in hotel rooms.
Mm-hmm. And they're always alone.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's like so sad. Guests have indeed seen her just hanging out in her old room, as well as in the hotel lobby. Apparently, when you say Janis's name in the lobby or like mention her in any way, photos go flying and doors are slammed.
Oh shit!
So she's like, "Hey, I'm here!
Yeah.
Like, I've been here!"
Definitely letting you know.
She's probably like, "Get me the fuck out of here! Get me to Woodstock!" But yeah, these weren't scary, but I just thought they were really fun. What was the other honorable mention I was gonna throw out there? Didn't I say something earlier before we even started the episode?
Yeah, I don't. Oh, Sid Vicious. Yes.
Oh yeah, Sid Vicious. Yes.
Yeah.
So the hotel where his girlfriend at the time died.
Nancy.
Yeah, there's always been a rumor that Sid had something to do with it, and he actually haunts that place, like that hotel. So it's kind of strange. Either he loved her so much that he said that that's the last place she was alive.
Maybe.
Or maybe he had something to do with it. Who knows? I can't remember what the hotel was right now, and I don't think I have my sources pulled up on the webpage right now. So you guys can just check the sources on the website, because there's literally a whole page of sources. Like, the photos on the Marie Claire document I was using were all from Pinterest, and it's really hard to like snag those, and it's all tagged weird.
Yep.
And so I had to go
I
look
do not
up.
use Pinterest.
No, I had to go like look up photos of everybody, and then like do the extra source for those. So the source documents are like really long, but that's all I have for you today. However, America is filled with bars, hotels, and performance venues that are still haunted by celebs to this day.
We could do a part 2, 3, 4.
Yeah, we could. Especially the theaters.
And even some of like the places themselves could be blown up into their own episode.
Oh, absolutely.
Probably insane.
Yeah, like Hollywood and the Paramount, the studios themselves.
Yeah.
I mean, tragic things have happened on those sets.
Oh, 100%.
And
100%.
Like, those are definitely haunted. They've been around since like the 20s or something. I don't know when Paramount Pictures and Hollywood Studios formed, but I feel like it was in the 20s for some reason. Early 1900s.
Yeah, early 1900s, definitely.
Yeah, so whether they were celebs, gangsters, writers, actors, or presidents, I'd like to throw out an honorable mention to my favorite, Paris, France. If you've ever watched the movie Midnight in Paris, which is not about ghosts, but it is factual, and where Hemingway, Ella Fitzgerald, F. Scott Fitzgerald, and Zelda, and a lot of other performers and artists like, oh gosh, I can't think of his name right now. It's one of my favorite artists also. I can't think of his name. Here's the train again.
Another coming through?
Maybe it's coming back. I don't know.
Maybe. I don't know how these
I don't know where they even go or what they're doing with it.
No, there's not even like a crossing thing.
It's the mysterious train, you guys.
Yeah, we don't get it.
Yeah, don't go to Cohocton at the train tracks when like a train's coming, because there's nothing to tell you.
No, just like the one that went behind my house. Those have been dead. I've been here 3 years. They've been dead, and that one goes through, and it's like,
great to know.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
I hope the car stopped.
Yeah, so many of those performers, Salvador Dali, of course, was the one I was thinking of.
Okay.
They hang out in Paris cafes to this day. That's where they would always go and gather at night and have their drinks and chat, and those are still haunted with those people, which is so incredible, because writers and artists are like my people. So that's awesome. I would love to go. If you've never seen the movie, you should watch it. It's not having to do with ghosts, but it's got culture and music and art and all this lovely stuff.
Sean even liked it.
It's a great movie.
Yeah.
So...
And Sean doesn't like anything past 1989, just so your listeners are aware.
Gosh, that's a horrible way to live.
And he just thinks that's like the classics.
Well, it is the classics, but you don't always have to watch the classics.
It's just these movies aren't made the same.
Oh, Lord. Anyways, as always, Thank you, dear listeners, for listening. As always, like I said, we are so grateful for you. Make sure to subscribe to the MTM channel, which if you don't know what that is More Than Murder on YouTube. And hit the bell and the subscribe button so you're always in the loop when new content drops. Also, make sure you check out the blog for pictures and episode sources at www.morethanmurderpod.com. You may also follow us on Facebook at
More Than Murder.
And Twitter.
More Than _murder.
And Insta at
More Than Murder Pod.
And be sure, please, this is the one thing we are lacking. We are growing in numbers every day. The one thing we are lacking are those reviews. If you listen and you love it, please just leave us a review.
2 seconds.
2
seconds. 2
seconds.
whole seconds out of your day. You don't even have to write anything if you do not want to.
You could just leave a star, however many stars, and then even if you do want to write something, it could literally just be, I love this podcast, or the hosts are great, or whatever you want to say. And it really just helps us. It helps us so much in getting the podcast out there. Yeah. All we want to do this for is for people to hear the stories we're talking about.
Yes.
And we can't do that if nobody's finding us.
Exactly.
So, dear listeners, help us grow on those charts and soar to the top so that you guys can have more and more and more content and maybe new podcasts from the Two Piece Productions in general.
Hell yeah!
Hails to the year.
Hell yeah!
So, if you have any stories you particularly want to hear, or you want to let us know that you left us a review, which you can do on Apple, anywhere you can leave a review, you can do it there. Facebook, you can do that there as well. You can recommend the podcast. Or if you just want to say, hey, what's up? We love you guys. You can email us at morethanmurderpod.com. I did that last time. morethanmurderpod@gmail.com. So, that is what I have for you. You guys never let us know if we should go live. It would literally be tonight.
Oh, shit, yeah.
It's the 16th, so...
Yeah.
Not sure. I guess we'll surprise you.
Yeah,
you see a notification, you'll say, hey, the girls are live. And if you don't, you'll say, hey.
And then, yeah,
they're not going live this month. So, yeah, that's it for today, folks. We'll see you next week. We love you.
Bye.
Bye.